Hi guys, today I'm gonna go over how to change the throttle cable on a Stihl BR800 backpack blower. And there's a lot of YouTube videos on it, but for me specifically, the situation I ran into was when I tore it apart when I was diagnosing it. It had no throttle. The engine started up fine, um, and I found out that the throttle cable had broke right at the carburetor. Um, so when I looked at all of it, I didn't pull the whole cable out because I didn't want to have to put it all back in. It looked like it didn't have any electronics. I heard that you could order the one with the electronic cable or the one with just the cable inside of the plastic corrugated tubing that it goes through. Well, I ordered the one without the electrical uh, wires inside of it, and it ended up kind of turning out to be a nightmare because once I started tearing it out of there, I found out that the electrical wires run through there and you can't run them back through it. So what I ended up doing is I took my old one and I laid it out on the floor next to the brand new cable. And on the old one, I went ahead and I marked where the cable and the two wires come out of it because there's a blue wire and a red one. On each side, I took a white paint marker and marked it right, like I said, right where they come out of the corrugated tubing. And then on the other side, I marked it with a white marker, all three of the cables there too, where they come out. And then I put those marks on the new cable as well. And then I ended up just taking a really tiny small cut side cutters. It must have been like a miniature one. And I went ahead and I cut the corrugated tubing on the um, on the old one. Just snipped it all the way the length of it, and I was able to pull out the throttle cable. And then I was took a little screwdriver and I stuffed all of the two electrical wires back into it because they wanted to come out with it. And then with the new cable, I didn't have to cut that sheathing. I was actually able to slide that one all the way out of there. And then I just um, went ahead and I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I was able to actually slide that one into the old one too, and worked out pretty good there. But yeah, as for actually even getting those throttle cables out of there, first of all, on your handle that you're pulling the trigger on, that has a bunch of little torque screws there, and then it has a bigger torque screw at the bottom, which just allows you to actually remove the entire assembly or turn it on the actual leaf blower tube. And then as for removing um, the throttle cable from the actual main backpack blower, the engine there, there's four screws on the back of uh, of the whole back panel. First of all, you got to unplug the spark plug wire, which is the big black rubber thing you'll see there. So there's two torque screws on the top, and then there's two hidden underneath the backpack. You gotta, I don't know, they're probably like that far in. You gotta shine a flashlight, and you'll see each of them on the corner. And then after you remove that, then you go to the side of it, right off to the left of it. There's two torque screws there, and that is to remove the cover for the air cleaner. And then after you do that, um, then there are two screws underneath that air cleaner cover that hold the carburetor on. You got to take those two out. And then you go back to the back side, and there are, I'm trying to think here. Oh, um, for the starter, the pull starter there, you got to take out three screws there. And I believe you actually take those out before you take off the main backpack part there. And then after that, um, there's some metal shield, I believe it is. I'm pretty sure it's metal. It might have been plastic or whatever, right where the spark plug is. And you wouldn't think you have to remove it, but there's two screws there, and the only way that you can um, I don't know if it's necessarily getting the electrical wires disconnected there, but to get the carburetor pulled apart so you can actually get at the throttle cable, you have to pull those two. And then there are two electrical connectors that you got to undo. And so take all that off there, and you should be able to maneuver everything around. So if you guys like this content, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll just keep kicking out these money saving videos for you guys. All right, take care.